I don't know why every time we cut on the show, I got to readjust my mic, but welcome back. What's going on? I just feel like that's a part of the movie. You feel what I'm saying? Welcome, good people, to Word to the Wise. Man, we back to another great episode, another great time to show y'all about some things. And I might be a little bit more calm today, but don't think my energy ain't there because I'm here. I like to be funny and foreshadow a little bit. You feel me saying? But as always, I need to quit being funny and get to where we get to because if you don't know, you will know. And if you do know, tell somebody, man. Comment, like, subscribe, man. Follow the movement. We've been getting down how we getting down. You're hearing from the wise ones because we're giving you a space for you to be you, man. As always, I got my brothers in here with me. They don't go nowhere without them. They don't go nowhere without me. My boy Giro in the building. I got my boy OG in the building, man. And shouts out, man. The biggest shout out to my boy LD, man. I see you doing your thing. I'm wishing my brother keep doing you. And as always, shout out to my producer Johnny Bravito, man. And all we get down. And you know us, I just love to warm it up and get it good and having everything going because as hump, me, the bitch of the week is always gonna be a real thing. And this week's bitch of the week, man, is because I know a nigga's about to quit. I know a nigga's about to quit. Joe Burrow. Your bitch ass about to quit. You about to pull an Andrew Luck on us, dog. I know
That's
it.
crazy.
Yes, you are.
Hey, but he is always hurt like Andrew Luck was.
Come on, dog.
But
That's a
but but
comparison.
at the same time, bro, like you gotta look at it like this. How many great players then got on losing teams and ain't never quit? You know how much money this man making?
Come on, bro.
Come on now, bro. Joe, where your competitive nature? Where your competitive spirit? I understand you've been in that media, but come on, man.
I can't work like that, OG. You feel what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, for any professional athlete, if y'all get your ass whooped, you don't never win a Super Bowl, you don't never do anything. You know what you did get to do? You got to change your family's life. You got to make money playing what they say a kid's get. You feel what I'm saying? You
At the
got
end
to
of the
get
day,
you got
that's what you
any
do for a living. You play a kid's game for a living and
come
make
on, bro.
millions.
You make millions of dollars doing this. You feel what I'm saying?
I know
You
it
can go
sucks losing,
come on,
but
bro.
it's part of it.
You know how much money Joe Burrow got to spend when he go to Cincinnati, the city?
Not a dollar, not a dime.
Thank you. That's priceless. Literally. You feel what I'm saying?
You know what he got
Stop
to
being a
spend when he
bitch.
down there in Baton Rouge?
Come on, man. Stop being a bitch, man.
You won
Suck
a
it up, man.
Heisman. You won a
You
national
want to have,
championship.
bro. Take your
You know
take
how many
your ass.
players? You know how many players actually win some when they do play this sport?
Come
This
on, bro.
kids game all their life. You got
Come on,
cats
man.
that done ain't won shit since they high school state championship.
Literally, literally.
The dead ass. Like you have cats who haven't won shit since they high school state championship.
And don't just say catch. Say some legendary nigga.
Like legendary. Like nigga never won a lickety thing. Since I tell you all time great right now. Who hung it up early. But he was one of them that ain't never win shit. Barry Sanders.
All time great. You feel what I'm saying? They like to put y'all niggas on TV who done won a little bit. You feel what I'm saying? But it ain't even that. You know what's funny about this whole situation is? I think people really just don't be understand how hurt they really be. Like, Joe bro, you're hurt because y'all lose. I got you. My boy, you hurt. You know what I'm saying? You literally hurt. Your mind hurt. I get all that. You feel me? But that's why you got to listen to shows like Words to the Wise because we talk about a whole lot of different things, man. And we like to work our way into what we talking about, Joe. But you being a bitch because you need to heal, my brother. Heal from this losing because it ain't always gonna be forever. You got Jamar Chase. You got T. Higgins. You got a nice little running back behind. You got an offensive minded coach. Now you can't be mad that they spent all the money to keep this.
And now y'all line trash.
Now your defense can't stop a goddamn cold. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Should
can't
have
be
thought
mad
about
at
that when
this.
you was lining your pockets.
Come on, bro. You should have thought about that hard and long. You feel what I'm saying? It's not totally oblivious to why you're getting your ass kicked. But we ain't gonna harp on it too long. We just gonna give you a bitch of the week and we're gonna move on to what we talking about. Cause this week, y'all got a real good little this or that. You feel me? Y'all ready? Because it's gonna get y'all minds tailored to what we got going on today. Y'all let me know. Y'all ready?
What's up?
Mhm.
This week is gonna be a little different, man. I wanted to talk about, and focus on a little bit with healing. I already said it 3, 4 times in this word in this here little episode. So I hope you understand where I'm going with this. In your opinion, fellas, you let me know which more when do you recognize that a man is really healing from these two aspects? Does his behavior change? It means he start taking care of himself a little bit more in regards of how he's treating people and himself is carrying himself like he's normally supposed to do it, or you see your boy making better choices about things. So you see him, he making better choices about, you know, where he's working and who he's dealing with and what he's got going on in his life and how he eats, everything. So it's choices that he's making. Which one is more prevalent for you to recognize that a man is healing? By his behavior or his choices?
Choices, because he's mindful of what hurt him
Mm,
and what happened to him.
mm.
When you're mindful of it, that means you think about, like, when it happens, you quickly think about it before you make a choice and you decide to do differently. So he's more mindful of what was happened to him and how to progress from that. So when he's more mindful of it, from my aspect, it's just the mind thing. The behavior comes after you because you have to make the choice first in your mind. Then the behavior comes. So if you made the choice in your mind that you're gonna do this differently with your behavior, you become more mindful and healed that way.
Let me see. Let me know.
I have nothing to say. He literally stole exactly what I was going to say. When I say to the T, uh, it's literally when you start making better choices based on what has happened, how you've seen how others react, how you react, how you're now becoming proactive in your choices. Now your behaviors have also changed. Simply like you said, becoming mindful of the decisions you make, being more cognizant of those things and how it affects you, people around you, your finances, your mindset, whatever it is that you're trying to better in your life. So yeah, like literally, it can go so deeper once you start making better choices all around because you're gonna have even individuals trying to say that you changed for the worse just because you ain't trying to do what you used to do.
That's a fact. And I'm glad that we kind of broke it down that way because that's kind of how I was throwing it at y'all. I want to see which one y'all kind of put first before, in your healing process, which is perfectly fine because y'all may be the other way around people as it goes. Because I'm the same way about the choices thing. I kind of love how we came from that aspect. So to me, it's going to be our last one and I'm going to wrap it up this way. Which one in your mindset and I guess your choice in this world, which one is more important to a man's healing journey? Is it his brotherhood or his family?
I'm gonna say brotherhood, and within family you can have brotherhood, as in how y'all have
But you
a
see why I'm differentiating the two.
exactly, exactly. But I'm gonna say brotherhood because surrounding yourselves with like-minded individuals that are going to project you in a positive direction and not always be what you want to hear. There ain't gonna be no yes man shit unless it's the time to be a true yes man. You agree, but other than that, I can tell you when you're wrong. I can tell you that no, you ain't looking at this in the right way, or hey, you might want to check this, that, and the third before moving forward because I've been there and I don't want you to make the same mistakes. You know, it's having people that can look out for you and don't owe you shit, and you know it's real. You know it's coming from a true place, and from that place, when you build that bond with those brothers, and again, sisterhood. This can be man to man, woman to woman, man to woman. But when you have somebody that you can truly trust and know that their resolution is going to come from a place of integrity, a place of positivity and forward thinking. That's the people that you want in your life. Not saying you can't get that from your family, but it's also a biased part of family that come about. And if you don't always have family members that can tell you a no or you wrong or you can't be honest with you, sometimes family ain't always the best place to get great advice.
Get you on that one. Real talk. Let me know because I'm gonna seal it all up for you in this regard because I get what you're saying, but this is
I
gonna lead
I
us in.
think same thing we said. It's your brotherhood because those are who you choose to be around.
It's
You're
true.
choosing to be around those. Family is who your family is. At the end of the day, your family is who you are. Biological blood, your aunts, your uncles, brothers, sisters, parents, mama, daddy. Ain't nothing you can change about that. That's just where you was born in. Now, it's more important because where you choose to be. Your brothers is who you choose to be around. So if they ain't doing nothing with their life, they sitting around smoking all day, chilling, kicking it.
Man,
You know what I'm saying? Not really trying to do nothing with just they self elevate, be better, and you choosing to be around that. That's where your mindset is. Your mind might not be out of that element yet. Not to say you can't get out of it. Not to say you can't be
uh-huh.
the first
To
one to
break the mold.
choose to break the mold in your brotherhood. But it's a choice that you are there.
That's true. I like that because I'm gonna wrap it up like this because the only reason I wanted to talk to us, fellas, because I wanted y'all to come to the forefront, fellas. I want you to turn your TV up, cut your car note up, and car up a little bit so you can hear this. What I'm trying to tell you. Your brother is more important to you just because these brothers see you as just you. Your family's gonna see you as the son, the father, the cousin, the whatever the case may be before they see you as the person sometimes. Your brothers ain't gonna do that. When I walk in the door, I'm always gonna be hung. Regardless of what the fuck who I got with me, what this, that, and the third, that's how it's gonna be. You feel what I'm saying? So they're gonna see me first. And they're gonna acknowledge that and they're gonna be in their room and the judgment or whatever the case that came from behind me. Nigga, I was 2 hours late for us to shoot today. Niggas ain't gonna be mad at me because they're gonna know what's going on. You feel what I'm saying? With your family, your ass 2 hours late with the macaroni and cheese, you ain't gonna be able to hear about this shit for forever. You feel what I'm saying? Like this is just real life. And to me, that's not vital for my healing process, which is lead me into the great topic of today, fellas, and where we're gonna go from the aspect of starting a healing series and really talking to and speaking to the men about really healing is I wanted to get some of the telltale signs from y'all that a man is actually on a healing journey and or has healed some of those wounds that may be there. So y'all let me know. What are some of the things that you can recognize and point out to the viewers about a man healing? And then, some of his traits, whatever the case may be. If you want to go traits, you want to go choices, you want to go, you know, any way you kind of want to spend it. So yeah.
I'll start where we just started with the this or that, where we just said that the mind. So when you're mindful of things that trigger you as a man to get you out of character. So when something that one of them triggers pop up, instead of getting out of character like you normally would do in a situation where you ain't healed, you can be like, just give me some space.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if that trigger is a person who won't give you that space when you try to get that space, then the next step is knowing get the fuck away from that person because that person triggers you, and you know that if you ask for space, they don't know how to get you space because all you trying to do with that space is, all right, let me think about this situation. What's going on? Let me logically figure out what's the best decision to make in this situation. When you ain't given that space that you asked for, when you can sit there and be like, that normally would piss me off, but today I'm gonna be like, just give me some space.
I like that. That's a real good example of just healing because, like you said, she can go left, but I know what's going on. I think a telltale sign of a man healing is, like you said, is he starts to understand things more. Like I was telling OG the other day when I said, when I don't get mad about stuff I understand because I understand it. You know what I mean? And just like verbatim words out of your mouth is, how am I gonna get upset about it if I truly understand it? You know what I'm saying? Like I truly understand it. So I think when a man starts to really understand things, and I guess in a sense learn in himself about like you said, what hurt him, what keeping him hurt, and what's keeping him from moving on. Once he starts being mindful of these certain things, I think that he starts to understand things, and then you go from there. I think that's the next pivotal thing about it. And I mean, like truly understand things, because you got to think, man. You can say, man, I understand it, but you really can't understand when your wife cheat on you, or you know what I'm saying, you cheat on your wife, or something go wrong. If you really couldn't understand when your wife is habitually late to everything in life, you feel what I'm saying? But if you understood that, then you wouldn't get mad about her being late. You just be like, all right, I'm gonna account for it. I'm gonna pivot a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That's understanding. That's healing. You feel me? OG, let me know.
I'm gonna say to that though, like go back to what you asked us, because you gotta go back to what you were saying. What are the signs? Is it the understanding that's the sign? Or and it's me just retorting back to what you said. Okay. And again, just think about that for me because I'm gonna ask this right quick. But I'm gonna say I'm gonna double back to what Real was saying, being mindful of your thoughts and being able to, in his example, say you might, instead of reacting how you used to, you are now asking for that space in that moment. I'm gonna also say one sign of healing is being able to converse in those moments where you would normally spaz out, but have an amicable reaction and still be able to hold yourself firm. Um, I think it's especially as black men, um, the verbal words people choose to use sometimes with us are absolutely absurd.
Mm.
It's almost like you're daring me to say something. And to be able to sit in that space and be able to have a intellectual conversation and tell somebody to shut the fuck up professionally, that's a lot of growth. That's a lot of healing because most of the time, in those situations where you would verbally lash out and you find yourself in a peaceful yet heated conversation.
That's a good
But
point.
it's I see what you're saying. It's a controlled conversation when you
Yeah.
are not out of
Mm-hmm.
character conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So like he's saying, like I'm so healed from this situation. Like when it happens, I can just be like, look, this is what bothers me. Now you could either perceive how I'm telling you that shit, or I could just walk away and leave. In my example, because for one, I probably know you ain't even gonna understand why I'm talking to you, because you probably ain't healed.
Mm-hmm.
I might be healed, but you ain't healed. So I'm gonna need you to calm down first before we can even have this conversation.
That's that's a good point. That's the thing too. Then just to answer your question too about when I'm saying understanding. I think understanding more so is like you said, it's just a choice for me. It's a mind thing. Because I think we all correlate things as it's made up in the mind. You can tell a man it's differently when his mind start to change, and he'll show you how his mind start to change by the way that he reacts, the way he regulates his emotions, the decisions that he's trying to make and go forward from here, or just a little bit of things about, you know, I guess your man really just picking up his shit. Like you can know a motherfucker amped up and a nigga moving towards something like, and he's healing for something or he's over things because especially in conversation, I think that's a very pivotal thing to talk about. Like we are not having conversations about this. We're not able to do that because we can't avoid all tough conversations and give ourselves time to calm down and be able to come about it all that way. We'd have been killed the game if that was the case, but you can't always do that. So I think that's a very good point to add to the signs of a man healing is wanting that confrontation or conflict and knowing how to handle it right then and there. Getting his mind together, you can see him changing his behaviors, his actions, and what he's doing. Is he really seeking out? And this is another thing too, though. Now, that's my next point I was gonna make. Is he seeking out new things? You know what I'm saying? Like, is he see him just doing differently. You're like, hey, nigga, like, damn, boy, hey, boy, you looking good? What's going on? Like, yeah, bro, I've been doing this. I've been taking these things. I've been doing it. You know what I'm saying? Or Like now, every time I see you, boy, it's just good to see. You feel what I'm saying? It's like I think he's starting to reach out and learn and do other things and make better choices about necessarily health or seeking out reading or whatever. I don't fucking know. Just whatever the man don't normally do and seek out stuff is. I think seeking out new things is how you can tell him that it's starting to hit because he wants to be, I guess, confirmed and move forward and go. Because we never gonna come back to the same thing again. FYI, when just want y'all to know this. Smart
No,
men do
it's
not
true.
do the same shit twice.
No, they elevate. They elevate themselves to another level.
That's what I'm saying.
To look
So
to be better.
he's trying to look to be better. He's trying to look to do different things. He's trying to look to seek out, whether they be help, whether they be, brotherhood, whether they be just time off, whatever the hell it may be. Or if you tell us you see this nigga walk by, you reading a book, nigga?
I could just
Like you
feel
really reading
different.
that, huh?
Like
Nigga,
I think we go back to what Red was saying, bro. Like when a man really start making these different choices
Yeah.
from what's your hobbies to what do you do normally that projects a positive result in your life that you're not doing. And now you double down on that. You double down on that. You continue that. I guarantee your behaviors are gonna change. You're gonna change. You're gonna start looking at nitpicking certain things because you're like, I know that ain't good for me.
you
I
gonna
I
buy
are no what
you oh so you gonna value that piece.
mm-hmm.
Sometimes you
Mm.
know how you probably participated in that little toxicity or whatever it is, some actual little young and wild, reckless behavior that you might have participated in once before, and you gonna sit back like, wait a minute, hold up, this fucks with the peace. I enjoy that peace that I was having.
Mm.
I don't want to fuck with that peace no more.
That's good. That's good. I like that. See, this is why we gotta have more conversations. We gotta talk about this. We gonna come. We gotta come back to this because it's just getting too good. I feel like we're only scratching the surface of what we can really get into about having a good conversation about this. Because this whole topic of debate just came to my mind, just thinking like a lot of people doing a lot of good work, a lot of people doing a lot of things to be good, but are we really healing? Are we really getting past and moving on from some of these things that we really should have been moved on from? Or we just been holding on to them because you start to notice when you get older, a lot of people just like to stay in spaces that really keep them safe. So if I know that being this way or this toxic or something just feeling a little uncomfortable this way, that it could be, it's just I don't like to shed my skin. I guess I like what I'm saying. A lot of people don't like to shed their skin. They want to stay in that same snake skin all their lives when they get to that certain point of comfortability. And it can never be like that. FYI. But we'll save that for the next week's episode because we're gonna talk about this for a few weeks, fellas. And today, we're gonna do a holler at your boy, but I want to holler at y'all because I this is the whole thing about this healing thing because I seen this earlier in the week and it was so slick, fuck me up. Seeing a little post on Facebook and it said a lot of people are always trying to find themselves and they wonder why they never find themselves. What you should be doing is rebuilding yourself. Hmm. And the only reason I like the word rebuild is because at that point, I don't think you're gonna ever be able to necessarily, in a sense, find yourself. Because I don't think you ever lost yourself. I don't. I think you just got out of character and I think you just got used to being in a certain thing and you just stopped building on yourself. I think we all are just beings just we keep creating things, we keep building, we keep getting better. We would understand that that's just really the purpose to me. I think it's to be better. I think for us as people. So it was like finding yourself is going to be a difficult thing to do. Rebuilding yourself is going to be what you intended to do, if that makes sense to you.
I wanna make it simpler.
Okay.
Some people never find themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Better
You
start.
re you rebuild to know where you're at then.
True.
That's a better way to put it. Because sometimes you can lose yourself going here, there, trying to follow this path, trying to do X, Y, and Z. and you never find what you like to do. But you can always create what you love to do right here, right now.
True. And then, but most of the time too, this is tied in. I love the way you can reiterate that for me. And most of the time too, though, it's probably where you need to be because if you can rebuild yourself up from there, then you can move on forward to finding new things because now you're even more cemented in what you built in yourself. It's a big thing for. So a lot of these situations and journeys that we be on, it be really about us. And it's so when you start to look so far within yourself, you start to understand that a lot of the reason why we still hurts because we built up walls when we didn't need to build up walls. We just needed to repair the ground so we can prepare the fruits of the labor and we can be sowing and we can be good and all the good positive shit that you want to put into it, your biblical aspects and all that good shit you want to do for yourself. But you can't do that. You got the Great Wall of China through your fucking life. You feel what I'm saying? It's just real life about it. So I think rebuilding ourselves is a better way to look at finding yourself in a
A
sense
lot
of
of
what
times,
that is.
finding yourself too is finding that inner child within you.
Mm,
So when people try to say they're trying to find themselves, I correlate that to just saying you're trying to find that inner child of where you enjoy life, what makes life enjoyable for you, doing some things that'll make life enjoyable for you. Not necessarily just saying like you as a person, like who you are, the inner child. That's why it
inner
comes to
child.
like,
Mm-hmm.
it's like when you heal, it's like healing your inner child because a lot of us have childhood traumas that you don't heal for. And so that's where you kind of lose yourself at right there from the jump because, like you said, you don't build up these walls, da da da. You're not that imaginative in your mind. Like you don't imagine certain things anymore because you just become so dialed in on where you become a product of your environment.
True. That's very good. Like I said, but this is so a certain point of just want to highlight y'all about understanding that you're gonna need to rebuild yourself right where you at, like OG said, right where you at. Rebuild yourself. Stop trying to look for yourself. And with that being said, y'all know how we get down. If y'all ever want to come on here and holler at us, you feel what I'm saying? You know, we have people on here all the time. My boy Sam come through all the time, you feel me? We have everything going down. If y'all want to come talk with us, because we'll send a link and we can talk a bunch of real stuff, how real people supposed to communicate and talk. Because we ain't done with this healing series. We're gonna keep talking about this shit. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all stay on, man. Find us on Instagram, man. You can find us on the YouTube, the TikTok, and anybody else that want to pick us up, you know, iHeartRadio, whatever y'all got going on, Black Effect. I'm not gonna say too many names. You feel what I'm saying? Anytime y'all want to get us good podcasts, put us in more front of people. I'm not gonna hold you because I support. You see what I'm saying? As always, man, I get my brothers in here with me. We get down, we get down. Got my boy the G Roo in here. I got my boy OG in the building. I did point the wrong way, but don't worry about it. It's all good because that's what Hump do. Hump fuck up. And you know, we got LD. Shouts out to my boy. Shouts out to my producer, Johnny Bravito, man. And y'all stay wise, man, and get healed. Cause that's the goddamn problem.